2,
Two,
1,
one.
go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's first virtual Joint Employee Council, hosted by Bassett Law District Council. Sorry, first virtual Joint Employee Council. Given the current challenging situation we all face following the outbreak of COVID-19, new legislation has been approved that enables councils to host virtual meetings rather than requiring members to be present in the committee chamber when making a decision. This keeps everyone safe by maintaining a social distancing etiquette and allows business to be conducted in an appropriate manner. It's very important that councillors can hear each other, so I will invite members in alphabetical order to introduce themselves, and in doing so, test their broadband connection. Once I've invited the councillors, I'll go through the trade union representatives and then also the officers that are here. So first of all, we have the Vice Chair of the committee, Councillor June Evans.
Hey, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Cliff Entwistle.
I can hear you, Chair.
Councillor David Pidwell.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Councillor Joan Sanger.
Can you unmute your microphone?
Yes, done it. Sorry. Present, Chair.
Thank you. And Councillor Joe White.
Present, Chair.
Thank you. Trade union side, there's myself, Chair of the committee, Keith Circuit. Melanie Bassett.
Present, Chair.
Jean Common.
Present, Chair.
Philip Lee.
Present, Chair.
Russell Parr.
Present, Chair.
And Jim Worley.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Thank you very much. Also in attendance, we have HR Manager Karen Childs.
Yes, hello. Chair.
And we also have facilitating the meeting, Ellen Hinsley and James Lavender. So thanks for all giving your attendance. If a number of members lose connection and the meeting becomes inquorate or the live streaming for public viewing fails, I'll adjourn the meeting for 5 minutes to allow connection to be re-established. Given this is a virtual meeting, there's no corporate responsibility to detail a fire procedure as we ordinarily would. However, I would like to highlight that this committee is being live streamed on social media, so all participants, please be aware of your actions and take appropriate safety in place of live streaming. And can I please remind members to switch off their microphones when not speaking. Agenda item number 1 is apologies. Do we have any apologies, Alan?
We have received no apologies, Chair.
Sorry,
no, we have received apologies from Councillor Quigley.
Thank you. Agenda item number 2 is to receive declarations of interest by members and officers. Are there any declarations of interest?
We have not received any declarations of interest from members or officers, Chair.
Thank you, James. If during the meeting a member realises they have an interest, would you please disclose as soon as possible? Agenda item number 3 is minutes of the meeting held on 15th of January 2020. This is pages 5 to 8 of your agenda, and I will move around members of the committee in alphabetical order to determine if you are in favour, against or abstaining that these minutes represent an accurate record. Please answer clearly and only when your name is called. I will start with councillors. First of all, Vice Chair June Evans.
In favour.
Councillor Cliff Entwistle.
In favour.
Councillor David Pidwell.
I abstained, Chair, because I wasn't present.
Thank you. Councillor Joan Sanger
In favour, Chair.
and Councillor Joe White.
In favour.
Thank you. The trade union side, I am in favour. Keith Circuit in favour. Mel Bassett,
Yes, in favour, Chair.
Jean Common,
Abstain, I wasn't present.
Philip Lee,
In favour, Chair.
Russell Parr
In favour, Chair.
and Jim Worley.
In favour.
Thank you very much. So that is the true record of those minutes. Moving on to agenda item number 4. This is pages 9 to 10 of your agenda. It's minutes for action, which is pay and grading review and review of agency workers, both of which are on today's agenda. And agenda item number 5 on pages 11 and 12 is the outstanding minutes list, and this again will be addressed at agenda item number 7B. So we move on to the body of the agenda. Item 6A is a driving policy and procedure, which is pages 13 to 30 of your agenda, and I'd like to ask Karen Childs to present the report, please. Over to you, Karen.
Thank you, Chair. The purpose of this report is to propose a new driving policy and procedure. The council employs a large number of drivers in all services across the council. This includes both fleet drivers who drive council-owned, leased or hired vehicles, but also staff that drive their own vehicles in the course of carrying out their duties. Historically, each service area has determined the rules and the policy that applies within their service for driving vehicles in the course of delivering services. And it was deemed appropriate that we should develop a corporate approach to driving for business purposes. So the policies working group, and that comprises trade union representatives and management representatives, have worked closely on this policy to develop it to what it is here before the Joint Employee Council today. It's had particularly significant involvement from the Principal Operational Services Manager, who is responsible for the management of refuse, street cleaning and grounds maintenance services. So as you can appreciate, that's a large proportion of the council's fleet. And the original basis on which this policy has been developed was the driving policy that was for that service area. It's also had the involvement of heads of service and managers of staff that drive vehicles, so it's been quite heavily consulted upon. And the purpose of the policy is set out at the top of page 14. So you can see that it's to ensure that all council employees and representatives are aware of the requirements and expectations that relate to them and to the council as an organisation with regard to driving for work purposes, but also to minimise the risk to any person from driving activities at work, including to employees and other road users and pedestrians. So it's heavily focused on ensuring health and safety, and it sets out in some detail the responsibilities of all parties and has quite a detailed section relating to drivers themselves. It's also supplemented by driver handbooks that are relevant to each service area, which are adapted as necessary. And the policy newly introduces the responsibilities for the Fleet and Transport Operations Manager. This is a new role that is currently just being recruited to. And the purpose of that is to ensure a consistent approach to fleet and transport operations across the council, so it fits quite nicely into this corporate policy. The policy is recommended to members of the Joint Employee Council, and I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Karen. Do we have any comments or questions? I will go around individually just to make it easier for us all. Starting with Councillor Evans.
I think this is an excellent idea. I'm happy because it's been so heavily consulted on, and I look forward to it being a success.
Thank you. Councillor Entwistle.
No comments, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Pidwell.
Well, yes, I haven't got any specific comments, but thanks for those who've been involved in drawing it up.
Thank you. Councillor Sanger.
I agree, Mr. Chairman, with Councillor Evans, an excellent policy, and I wish it every success, and thank you to the people who've put it together. Thank you.
Thank you. And Councillor White.
No comments at this time, Chair.
Thank you. On the trade union side, Mel Bassett.
Sorry, I lost my mute. No comments, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Jean Common.
No comment from me.
Philip Lee.
No comment, thanks.
Russell Parr.
No comments, thanks, Chair.
I think that was a no comment. And Jim Worley.
I've got a question about the policy.
Okay, Jim. Fire away.
The staff have sometimes lost personal effects, maybe a phone or a set of keys. Will the policy cover that type of occurrence? In fact, thankfully it doesn't happen very often, but it'd be nice to get it cleared up.
Thank you. Can you answer that for us, Karen, please?
Thank you, Chair. The policy makes it clear that personal possessions shouldn't be left in vehicles because it's not safe, and it potentially attracts theft or damage to the vehicle if there's nobody present with it.
Thank you. On saying that, I think we may have to look at further ways as to how members of staff can safeguard their property, but that will be, I think, for future reference. So thanks for your comments. I will move on now for the recommendation, which is to agree the draft driving policy and procedure for recommendation to Cabinet. And once again, I will go around in alphabetical order. First of all, Councillor Evans.
In favour, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Entwistle.
In favour, Chair.
Councillor Pidwell.
In favour.
Councillor Sanger.
In favour, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor White.
In favour, Chair.
Mel Bassett.
In favour, Chair.
Jean Common. You're
In favour,
muted.
Chair.
Thank you. Philip Lee.
In favour, Chair.
Russell Parr.
In favour, Chair.
Jim Worley.
In favour.
Thank you all. I was part of the negotiations and discussions, and I'm in favour, so that's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Agenda item 7 is section B, which is items for discussion in private. So the live stream will shortly be stopped as we move to the confidential items. And I would like to thank everyone who's been watching the live stream meeting. So thank you very much. So to the confidential